Does it matter if you go out on a date? Does it matter who pays?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
I should say it depends on the date, the number of the date.
Oh, okay.
So a first date, yes,
Okay.
absolutely, he should pay.
Okay.
That's just chivalry. It's old school.
And it feels like we were talking about courting earlier, and maybe that's courting. I mean, I know it's an old-fashioned word, but it's a romantic gesture, a gesture of, what does it tell you about that guy if he's like, no, I got it. This is, what does it tell you about him?
I think it says a lot about the effort. I think that it shows that he's willing to put in the effort, the time, the money into a relationship. I think it speaks volumes as to a commitment level.
That maybe he's saying that you're important?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what people want to see, and a lot of times what's missing in relationships, there's too much ambiguity around, hey, come over to my place, let's watch Netflix, let's hang out. And hang out is so lackluster. If I can tell you guys anything, and this is for the women and for the men, hanging out is when you know each other better and it just feels good. Hey, you're gonna be in your sweats and I'm gonna be in my sweats and we're gonna order pizza and have a great time. And it feels, and there's intimacy in that because you know each other so well.
Yeah.
You've been out on dates, you've had fun together. And so there's a little bit of, I'm letting my hair down, I'm showing you who I am.
Absolutely.
That feels really intimate. But if you're just hanging out, like, hey, why don't you come over to my house, we'll hang out, we'll order something, it's too ambiguous, and it's also lackluster. I mean, that's lackluster, dull, it's not innovative at all. And I hear both men and women say that they don't always like that. So if each of you can decide to, be a little more innovative around that. And I think what Ashley's saying is, come on, dudes, you know what? Ask me out on a date because it's going to tell me what you think about me. It's going to tell me I'm important. It's worth your time, your effort, your money. Absolutely. So remember, you're communicating even when you're not verbally saying it. So the fact that you're asking a woman out on a date tells her how you feel about her. So I love that. What are the top 3 qualities that you value in yourself?
In myself. Oh. I think one would be that I am dependable.
Oh, I love that. I cannot tell you how many people, it's like, hey, we're supposed to go out, and then they don't hear from that person. Like ghosting, you guys, and I'm gonna curse, is just fucking rude.
Yeah.
And it's like, it lacks spine. Anybody who ghosts someone, I think you're spineless, not courageous, because you can't call that person and say, hey, I don't think it's gonna work out. I don't wanna go out. So you guys know who you are out there. And so when I hear that somebody's dependable, that means that she's consistent. Man, come and get her. Anybody who wants somebody. So dependable.
Like
what else?
What you said, what I say, I'm gonna do. My word is my word. It's everything.
Character and integrity.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Because integrity is, I say what I mean, I do what I say I'm going to do, and I follow through with it. And I do it over and over again so that I'm consistent, I'm dependable, I have integrity, I have character. Wow, it sounds very old-fashioned.
My grandfather used to call me an old soul before he passed away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Second thing, I would say I'm very driven.
Ooh.
I am very goal-oriented. I have a desire to work. I love to work. And it's something that I wake up in the morning and I love about me.
Yeah. I think we have that in common. I love to work too.
Yeah.
I really like what I do, and I think you get into your purpose as well.
Satisfaction.
And contentment. It's really interesting how sometimes we think of driven people as never satisfied, but when you're in your purpose and you're driven, there's a contentment in that. There's a quiet space in that feels like I'm home. It feels good. It's after, you know how you've gone on a trip and you get home and it just feels good to be there? That's what that feels like for me. I love that. And so it sounds like that's a little bit of the same for you too.
Yeah, I have to put it in better words. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And one more.
I think that I'm defiant.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's a weird word. Let me put it in a little bit more perspective. Like I told you earlier, I'm one of 8 children, and majority of us didn't go to college. Only one other did, and they did to a community local college for 2 years, which was great for them. But I said, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go to the furthest college that I can within my state because of Hope Scholarship. Still financially responsible, which was 3 hours away from home, with no family members that had been to college who could give me any advice. Actually did the opposite, told me not to do it, that I couldn't do it.
Wow.
Yeah, that I shouldn't do it. And I said, honestly, to hell with your rules. I'm going to do it. And I did it.
Wow, I love that. It's I often ask clients, like, what are 3 decisions that they've made that people told them not to do that were some of the best decisions they ever made. And so really, I think when you're calling defiant, like the reason why I high-fived you a little bit is because I think that you have to have your own internal voice.
Absolutely.
And oftentimes people will tell you you can't do something or it's not yours to have. And when you honor your voice, when you understand yourself and know what you're capable of, those of us, you kind of armor up and say, no, I got this, I got it. And it's really is an amazing thing to do.
It's empowering.
It really is. And what it does is it builds confidence, right? Because confidence isn't built with, wow, things are easy and everything falls into place just the way I want it. Confidence is built when shit gets hard, right? It gets difficult, or you don't have a map. You're kind of trying to figure it out yourself. And what you do is over time, you have enough of those experiences and you start to recognize your own voice. And you start to recognize, hey, I've been here before. The circumstances may not be exactly the same, but I know who I am and I know I'm capable of handling this. And so things don't seem as insurmountable. That's how confidence is built. Challenge, as a parent of Gen Zers, a lot of times we don't want our kids to have challenge, and I think it's great. I've told the story many times how my son, when he was on summer break from Clemson, and he had said, my father-in-law works in Washington, and we could get him kind of a cushy job in Washington, internship, I shouldn't say job. And then he said, hey, somebody came to Clemson and they said they own this pest control company and I could knock on doors and maybe earn a commission. What do you think I should do? And I said, do the pest control job. You're going to learn so much more. He knocked on 7,000, it's over 7,000 doors. Got an ant on me. 7,000 doors. Oh, sorry. So he knocked on 7,000 doors. He lost 20 pounds, but he earned $20,000. He had some fraternity. He had the freshman 15. and so then he also earned $20,000 in the summer, which is kind of great for somebody who's 19.
It's a lot of money.
But for him, I saw his whole demeanor change, and he was like, Mom, I feel like I can talk to anyone. He really found his calling in sales. He's, as soon as he gets out from school, he's got a great job, going to be earning well into the six figures because he learned sales early on. But that wasn't through comfort and convenience. It was through, man, this is hard, and developing his own inner voice. And so what I hear you saying is that, hey, I'm defiant because I know my voice. I'm willing to put myself out there, and I'm willing to challenge myself. And that goes back to that growth you were talking about. So you can't have a partner who is not willing to challenge themselves.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I can't. You're
Yeah.
right.
I think that's important. Not for the faint at heart. Okay, you know what? If you want to make it to the summit, man, make sure you're well equipped at base camp, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it.